All right, so welcome back to Whitehouse Farm. What we're gonna be doing today, we're gonna go ahead and put together the Super Handy Plate Compactor that we just got. And as you saw from our previous video, we're putting this all together. It should be done and you should be watching the completed video, hopefully. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this. And this thing is heavy. What do you think, babe?
Heavy.
Yeah, use the cart to get it up here. All right. So let's go ahead and unbox this and get to it. This is a plate compactor.
Okay.
All right, so this is upside down this time.
That's the bottom.
Yep.
Why was it open?
All right, so this thing is so heavy, the bottom was open. So we're just gonna go ahead and turn it and then pull the box off of it. Look out, Mage. All right, there's the wheels for it. So it looks like we got a parts bag and we got the directions and all that stuff. All right, that little thing weighs a ton. There we go. It is here now, and it does not come with oil.
All right, first you take the two big long bolts, or the only two bolts that come in the package. And they go through there. And a washer on each side. And then the hooks go through facing you on each side, and then another washer, and then the nut.
It's going to be these two little ones here, and it's going to be a 10mm to tighten those on. All right, let's go ahead and tighten these up on here.
Is it?
Yep, go ahead. There you go. Yep. All right. So you only want to tighten it enough that you can still move this. You don't want to wrench it on there, then you won't be able to move that. So just get it on there like that so you can move it back and forth, and so it's also not swinging loose. And we'll do the next one here. All right. So we got those on there. So that part's done. Let's go ahead and move on to the next part. All right. So set your piece like this. You have your bolt, you have this, and you're gonna go ahead and place it through this bottom hole right there. Yep. And we're gonna get everything together here. That's gonna go on the outside like that, and this piece is gonna go on the inside, and you're gonna slide that bolt through. Just remember to make sure your hooks are facing out like this so it can attach to that when you're using it. Take that piece on the outside, take your bolt. You'll have your washer on the one side with the nut, and slide that through. And then it'll come through the other side. No, other way. And then you'll go ahead and attach that, and we'll go ahead and tighten these up on there. And you want about an even size of the bolt sticking out on each side, and just tighten it up, but not too tight. So that's good right there. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the rubber blocks in here. I already took the washer and nut off this one, and they're simply gonna go on the outside, and then you're gonna tighten them down to the inside. And you can use the 17 mil for that.
Place the handle on the inside of the bracket and align with the mounting holes.
Yep, so just line it up just like that. And we got our hardware to put in there.
2.
Yep. And 2. And then you got your lock nuts. All right, and you're going to use a 1/2 inch to go ahead and tighten them up. Good?
Yep.
All right, so next you're going to grab your throttle control here, unravel it from shipping. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and attach this. All right, so this long cord, you're gonna go ahead and zip tie down here. And then move the throttle up to here. And it comes with a screw. You'll notice there's no nut on it, and that's because you got to take it out of here and then reverse it. And then reverse it, put it through this way, and then you'll be able to tighten it down there. Because we were looking for the nut because it was in this way, but you just reverse it and it'll thread through this way and tighten that up there on for you. Now we can tighten this one down here. All right, so now that's out of the way and that's all set up. We'll be able to use our throttle. All right, so we're gonna move it to a flatter angle because we're gonna put the oil in next. So let your hooks down. And then you just lift this thing forward like this and see how the wheels go right underneath. Then you put it down and now you can move it. And you lift up, the wheels come out. You can set it flat, put those hooks behind it. There you go. So that's definitely going to make it a lot easier to move, that's for sure. The thing is heavy. All right there, here comes the chickens. So next thing we want to do is take the oil fill plug out. And this is your dipstick as well. And as you can see, it says no oil, so you gotta add oil. And this does have an automatic shutoff if your oil gets low. And basically they call it an alarm. It'll shut off. I don't know if it actually makes a noise or not, but if you get low on oil, it'll shut off. And it even says must add oil above 3/4 of dipstick before use. And there's your dipstick. So, and then this is also your drain plug down here when you change the oil out. So let's go ahead and get some oil in there, and then we'll get some fresh gas in there. Okay, So we're full here. All right, so we're all filled up. Only spilled a little bit of oil. But this holds approximately 0.5 liters, I believe. And you can use either 5W30, 10W30, or 30 weight. Just all depends on what weather you're in and all that stuff. So that's all filled up with oil. Let's go ahead and get some gas in here now. And as you see, must add gas and oil before starting. Do not mix oil with gas. So this is not a 2-stroke, this is a 4-stroke. So I recommend using non-ethanol gas. You'll thank me because it'll just make your stuff last a lot longer. So let's go ahead and fill this up. And you can see it's got the fuel level in there, and that's a little filter as well. So let's get some gas in there. All right, so we got the oil in, got the gas in, got it all put together. Next thing to do is let's go ahead and try and fire her up here. So let's get her on the path and see what she does. All right, so in order to start this thing, you got to make sure it's on the on position. You got to come over here and you can see where it says choke, run, and then on and off. So you want to switch this to the on position. And then you want the choke on. And then scoot. And now we should be able to go ahead and pull start this to get it warmed up, and then we can go ahead and shut the choke off, and then also adjust our throttle and how we're going to be going here. Got my DeWalt Bluetooth headset. All right, let's fire her up. Oh, first pull. right, so that thing ran really good. What do you think?
Ran really good.
Okay, yeah, it works really good. And at roughly 4,200 pounds of compaction, I mean, this is a great deal for the price of this thing. You see other ones on there, they're like, you know, anywhere from 1,200 to 3,000 to all the way up. But yeah, simple to put together, easy to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and we got all this compacted now. So now we can go ahead and save this for our other projects, because we got some crusher run we have to get down in the excavator shed there, so we can start getting our concrete laid. But let's go ahead and start finishing up this here. But there you have it. There's the Super Handy compactor right there, plate compactor. And man, that thing works really good. So all right guys, once again, we hope you like,
Subscribe,
enjoy,
and ring that notification bell.
and we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye guys. You can't say goodbye without saying goodbye to me. All right, Olaf, we'll see you on the next one. All right, bye, Obo. Bye guys.